Hey guys, it's Mary and I'm back with an all new Raw review video vlog. A lot's happened in the last week since last Wednesday when I saw you. Busted Open was off the air for a couple days, so a lot of things went down, of course, because that's usually what happens. They announced last week that there is indeed going to be a brand extension starting on July 19th. SmackDown will be going live on Tuesdays for 2 hours. And both shows, Raw and SmackDown, will have their own unique rosters. What does this mean? Not really sure yet. Is there going to be a draft? Probably. I believe there's going to be a draft. If there's a draft, is NXT going to be involved? There's a lot of rumors going around with NXT TakeOver being called The End. It's probably just a one-shot for Samoa Joe and Finn Balor. But, I mean, the roster really isn't that deep on the main roster. But, I mean, maybe you're not really paying attention to it because so many people are underutilized. So hopefully with this, more people will be getting more time. Does this mean we're going back to 2 championship belts? I mean, I would believe so. If they're going with a strict, 2 different brand thing, unique roster thing, I think they would need a champion on SmackDown. I don't know. As far as like the women's title and the tag team titles go, I still think that there should be competition for, a number 1 competitor for said titles, and then at the pay-per-view, whatever next pay-per-view is back, next, if there is somebody from SmackDown who's supposed to face Charlotte, who's the champion on Raw, they face each other then. I don't know, it's going to make for interesting things. It's going to be a lot of live TV. I don't know if the last hour of Raw is going to survive now. I'm going to be tired all the time because I'm going to be watching more wrestling than I know what to do with. So, anyway, moving on. Rollins and Reigns had a confrontation again, but it was just basically Rollins acting like a chicken, crap, bleep, whatever, because I'm not allowed to curse. In return to Reigns calling him out. Reigns cut a promo this week. Rollins came out, kept teasing that he was going to run to the ring, and then he would just back off. They're really trying to get heat on Rollins, so people cheer Reigns, but it's still not working because everybody loves Seth Rollins. So there was that. In the main event, there was a 6-man tag between the Money in the Bank competitors. So far, there's only 6. There were supposed to be 7. They didn't mention it on Monday. It's probably because they had a 6-man tag match. So, but I think they're still going to do 7. Who that 7th person, I don't know. My theories last week kind of went down the tubes this week with Raw, so we'll get to that in a second. But it was Del Rio who won on SmackDown his qualifying match to be in the Money in the Bank. Chris Jericho and Kevin Owens versus Ambrose, Zayn, and Cesaro. That was the main event. That's moving forward with the Money in the Bank thing. The Miz is off on location, so I guess the Intercontinental Championship's not going to be defended for a while. But like again, them making the titles worthy. Rusev is going to be in a feud with Titus. I thought everybody was pissed off at him. Now he's like getting pushed for the U.S. title. I don't think he's going to win, but I mean, he's now in a big storyline with Rusev. It was kind of a weird Raw. It was the first Raw that was really bad since WrestleMania. It wasn't very good. It kind of dragged. But the highlight of the night is John Cena returned, and he came out being all John Cena and did his thing and gave a speech about Memorial Day, which, very, very thankful for our fallen soldiers that give us this great freedom that I can sit here and talk about wrestling on a little box while you watch me. But besides the fact, pulled his John Cena stuff, and then AJ Styles came out. Came down to the ring and said, I just want to welcome you back and stuff like that. Now, earlier in the night, Luke Gallows and Ken Anderson attacked the New Day, so I'm guessing they're going after the titles. Talked to Renee Young backstage, said, we don't need AJ Styles to cause problems. So, I guess trying to rebuild their character, run amok. But AJ came out and, shook his hand. He extended his hand, and John, finally shook it because he's John Cena. He's a good guy. It was kind of an intense scene. Here's the face of TNA for about 14 years, first face of the company of WWE for about the last, 14 years. It was really, really weird and crazy, and the place was going nuts, and there were dueling Cena and Styles chants, and it's a dream match for a lot of people. And anybody who says they're not interested in seeing this, you're full of crap. John Cena, when he gets in the ring with somebody like AJ Styles, puts on 5-star matches, and John Cena pulls moves out of his arsenal. I hate the character too. He stinks. He's boring. He's placated. I hate him. But John Cena is the guy, and he's been the guy, and this is going to be a great feud. So I was super excited about it because I started fantasy booking in my head. I was like, this is great. AJ Styles could be the guy that makes him go heel, because look at the reaction he's getting compared to John Cena. Nobody really booed John Cena because they're too busy booing Roman Reigns. I mean, nobody's angry about John anymore. So it's like they could go on a feud for the next couple months, and AJ just keeps beating him. And then John Cena can't take it anymore, and he finally freaking snaps, and he turns heel, and he hits AJ with a chair. And then for the rest of AJ's career, he's like the face of the company, or the face of SmackDown with the brand extension. And then AJ Styles turned heel. The thing I've been dreading for months since he came back. And as much as I'm not happy about it, because they had kind of lightning in a bottle. I mean, you know, Gallows and Anderson came out after AJ shook hands with Cena and was like, you're kissing his butt, and blah, 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 and he was distracted, and everybody's like, oh, great, they're going to put AJ with John Cena, shocking, in a tag team, and, you know, get John Cena the good guy rub, which I did with Bryan and all that stuff, and then, he turned around, and he clocked him in the face, and he beat the crap out of him, and unlike Rollins, he kept running back down to the ring, beating the ever-living crap out of him, which was really cool. AJ Styles is a very, very good heel. I'm excited about it. I'm still excited about it. I'm still a little disappointed. But it seems like they're trying to turn everybody who's got this huge reaction as a face into a bad guy, so people might cheer Reigns. Still think that's what it's got to do with it. Wouldn't be surprised if AJ Styles is a champ, though, on SmackDown if there is a title that gets made. Rumors a couple months ago they like copyrighted the old Eagle belt from the Attitude Era, so that would be cool. But that's it for this week. AJ Styles heel turn, John Cena comes back, brand extension in about a month and a half. It's getting kind of crazy. Hopefully next week on Monday Night Raw it's a little better than it was this week, but can't be perfect all the time, right, guys? Follow me on Twitter at Mary_Bear. Follow me on YouTube at Mary Grader. I swear to God, I know I say this like every couple weeks. I have things coming, I promise. I just don't have the time for anything, including myself. Follow Busted Open at Busted Open Radio. And until next week, it's nice out finally. Yay! Go have some fun, guys. Chill out, drink a beer, which is what I kind of want right now. Is it too early? I don't know. Have a good week. See you next week. Thanks.